Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I'd like to welcome you to Collaboration to Action, Building a Peaceful Chicago. Thank you so very much for joining us today. Collaboration to Action, Building a Peaceful Chicago is a summit focused on violence prevention in Chicago.
We didn't want a focus that would be a deficits kind of focus, meaning what's wrong with our communities and what's wrong with our families and what's wrong with our young people.
So what we want to do with this panel is lay the groundwork for the rest of the day, and that is to be inspirational, collaborational, and action-oriented.
Me growing up, it was basically my decisions that was putting me in the places that I was. So, helping these guys make better decisions and also seeing the positive, out of some things that they see as being, dumb or, goofy stuff like that. But with some of those things come great outcomes. And with great decisions, you can have great outcomes.
We're doing trauma screens because we have to get a better understanding of where our young people are coming from. So when they're in school or when they're in your program and you feel like they're acting like a jerk, here's why. And their behavior makes sense to them because this is what they've experienced, this is how they've been treated, and unless we're willing to go there, we're gonna have the same result where we're just locking kids up, they're coming out, and we're saying, well, how come they haven't changed?
Last year we did about 80,000 sessions of psychotherapy. So as a family therapist, I want to take the research that we're doing to make sure that programs who are working in communities, that they have the information about families, particularly adolescents, because that's my area of interest, that we understand what the needs are and how do we build the resiliency and capacity protective factors that are so important to sort of fight against the kind of environments that some of our kids are forced to deal with.
What I want to talk about today is the fact that we all can identify things like violence in this community where we want to affect change. Think of violence as a mass that is in stasis, that is actually here. And then we have to ask ourselves then, how are we going to actually affect change on that issue? What are we going to do, and what level of energy is required or force to push or move that mass and create change? When someone says the problem is unchangeable, or we can't do this, or we need to do this, or I'm going to try to do that, it's all fiction. The question is, what are you going to do right now, and how long are you going to wait to convert your potential energy into the most important form of energy, which to me is kinetic energy.
There is no single solution to this. But in fact, I think the solution is actually, as this event is framed, collaboration to action. We are rebuilding a community that has been torn asunder by a variety of social factors. Together. Stronger. Together. Stronger. Together.
Stronger. The reason I'm involved in African American Legacy Fund is our motto is Together Stronger. And that means that while none of us may be a billionaire or a multi-billionaire who can, him or herself, fund a complete initiative in the city, if we pool our resources together, we can have a lasting impact and a significant impact on the lives of fellows in our community.